This past weekend, Cloud9 dropped Joseph Mango Marquez, one of the most famous Super Smash Bros. Melee players of all time, after he was accused of sexually harassing several people at an event hosted by Ludwig this past weekend.
All you need to know, some big streamers, some smaller streamers involved, the person.
So if you don't know all that much about Ludwig, he's just a very normie streamer who is Hassan's friend and orbiter. That's all you need to know about him. He wants to like he has this thing called Mogul Mail, all right, that has a lot of subscribers, and he covers the streamer drama and news and stuff. But how could you cover streamer drama when your balls are being held by Hassan, okay? When your balls are being held by Hassan, how could you cover the news? All right. When you're supposed to be like this arbitrator of like news reporting and stuff, right? And people look up to you in terms of delivering the news. Like it's like he's literally Hassan controlled media, right? He's like boring personified, yeah. But he's also Hassan control. He's Hassan State Media. Hassan State Media.
In question has a history of.
It's like Gaza run, Hamas run health ministry, or fucking Kim Jong-un state media, okay?
Alcoholism. Gets on the stream, which is an event where there's drinking involved in games, and he does some inappropriate stuff.
What follows is a clip of Mango humping the air next to Maya's head, making her visibly uncomfortable.
See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0 on the other hand.
There's this like white speck. I think it might be cum. I'm not sure. Look at this white speck. Smells good. Oh, it's deodorant. Okay.
No. He's humping toes. No.
What is, bro? Mang0, give Mang0 water. Look at this motherfucker.
I gave him the beer. Yeah, let him know, bro.
What the fuck?
Dude,
Can we zoom in on that?
Stan is the worst.
But why? Why can't men just not be... Okay. What benefit do you get from doing something like this? All right, do you riz up women? Like, do you riz up women by doing this? Let me know, okay? Let me know if this works, all right? Because this is crazy, all right? He is drunk, not to excuse his behavior. Okay. Yeah, drunk driving. We're okay with that.
Person?
No! I've seen Mang0 10 times drunk than this.
So there's a clip.
Ever been drunk? Okay, the one time I've been drunk to the point where I threw up, okay? Just one time. So I was at my local Mexican family restaurant, okay? And somebody there was hosting a birthday party, okay? Someone was turning 42 or something, okay? An adult birthday party, whatever the fuck, okay? At the local Mexican restaurant. And I got drunk enough on a fruity drink. I forgot what it was. It's a fruity, whatever the fuck drink, okay? To the point where I started singing happy birthday to them too. Like I was shouting happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy fucking birthday, mate. Okay. And then my former roommate, all right, who ate with me all the time at that same restaurant, looked incredibly embarrassed. Okay. You know.
Clip where the guy in question who's organizing the event and who knows him, invited Mang0, they're talking about his drinking habits. And some people are concerned because, like, yo, this guy's been drinking a lot.
Okay, Mang0 is like an alcoholic. Mang0 can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
Is that Ludwig?
He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
Is this event enabling him?
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mang0 just blew a .25!
Wait. Was that guy was that Ludwig in a Luigi costume? Was that Ludwig? Yikes.
How's that a yay? How's that a yay? 0.25? Well, here in Quebec, the limit to drive is 0.08. 0.25 is 3 times that. A little bit more than 3 times that. So he's 3 times over the limit of what you're supposed to do to drive a car. And they're like...
Okay, to be fair, he's not driving, is he? Right? I mean, He's incredibly drunk, but I don't think he's driving. I think you're allowed to be drunk at a party. I think that's fine, right? I mean, I guess the dubious part that I see kind of wrong so far is the fact that he was humping in front of women, right? Like that's just kind of weird, and stop being gross and weird, and that's it, right? Like obviously that might make people uncomfortable, right? So okay, I mean we'll see what the reaction is, but so far it isn't that big of a deal, maybe, but yeah.
Yay.
When do you get to a point where you harm yourself physically in terms of too much blood alcohol?
It varies from people to people. It really varies. It depends. And some people get very drunk and very like incapacitated at 0.06. Some people cannot handle 0.04.
So here it is. A blood alcohol level of 0.04 or higher is generally considered potentially fatal. So he's already at 0.25.
2.5, yeah.
That's crazy.
Mang0 just blew a point for 2.
That is my guy.
Hey, everybody! Mang0 just
0.25 is bordering on what can kill you, assuming the meter is accurate, and he just didn't take a sip of alcohol before blowing. Yeah, I mean, like, people have gotten hospitalized before based off of alcohol poisoning. By the way, if you suffer from alcohol poisoning, your is it your liver? Your liver, like having your liver go, is not a pleasant experience. Okay, let's just put it like that. I read like a comic on like this Japanese artist who likes like documenting her life in art. All right, like real life stories. And it just seems like a miserable time. I don't know what else to say. Okay, like you fucking drink out your liver. You fucking chicken McDie. Okay, like your life is in danger. Yeah. They got a shitty, and you're not allowed to drink alcohol ever again for the rest of your life. Okay, I mean, how miserable is that? You're an alcoholic, and you can never drink alcohol for the rest of your life. I mean, or you can just drink it moderately and you'll be fine. I know this one dude, Korean, I've never seen him drunk. Okay, if they got a shitty Bud Light they got on Amazon, it's going to be crazy inaccurate, sure. I think liver is more long-term damage, it could be wrong. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, blackout drunk. Mang0 just blew a 0.32.
1-3-2!
Okay.
No.
This
okay.
clip is super bad.
Mang0 is probably he's a problem because he has a problem. But you're definitely enabling him and encouraging him.
Oh no.
If someone has a problem, an
That's what you
issue
did.
with consummation, and I'm pushing it, and I'm like, yay, cheering this on. This is crazy. On Twitch, on top of
Dude, you know what this reminds me? This reminds me of this kind of like, my friends only like me when I'm drunk, Abby. My friends only like me when I'm drunk, okay? When I'm not drunk, nobody likes me. Nobody likes hanging around me when I'm not drunk, Abby. Okay, that's what it reminds me of.
that, with the people, with the people
Consummation,
watching
yeah.
and the kid watching,
Sex.
you're like, 0.32, yay? That's crazy, my guy.
At another point during the event, Ludwig intervened to stop Mang0 from touching extra Emily's hair repeatedly. These clips and others showed Mang0 drunkenly harassing several people, and while intervention did come later in the event, many of Mang0's actions were laughed off or encouraged early on, particularly his drinking. On Sunday, Mang0 said he'd apologized to anyone he made uncomfortable, then said he needed to reevaluate his relationship with alcohol. The same day, Ludwig went on stream to discuss Mang0's actions, stating that some guests had to leave early due to being uncomfortable and that Mang0 was no longer being invited to his events.
You know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mang0 this, I'm no longer inviting Mang0 to Mogul Moves events.
Ludwig stated,
Bitch! You enabled him! It's not like you were trying to stop him. I mean, it sounds, I mean, fuck. I mean, sure, I can understand, like, not allowing him anymore back, or whatever the fuck, to parties. I get it, okay? But, like... you were encouraging it, okay? Fuck. What a weird thing to say, dude. I mean, like, listen, I totally dig reaching out to anyone who might be uncomfortable, okay? I'm okay with that, okay? That's a good move. But, like... I mean, it's just, okay, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like he got a lot of online backlash, okay? It sounds like Ludwig got a lot of online backlash and he decided to backstab his own friend. That's what it tells me, okay? Yeah, that's what it tells me. All right, I don't think this is a genuinely, oh, I care about this because I care about this, right? Because I think that it is a problem for other people in my vicinity, right? What this reminds me of is, oh shit, I got a lot of online backlash for this clip, right? And for his behavior. Now I'm gonna do something about it, but otherwise I wouldn't have done anything about it. Yeah. And also, you shouldn't just throw this guy away. I mean, like, fuck. Like, I mean, you're not allowing him anymore to these parties. But at the same time, it's like, shouldn't you be giving him some support? Just, I don't know. What a harsh thing to say on stream in public. I mean, you could have said it in private, you know? By the way, yes, that's another reason. You didn't have to say it in public. You didn't have to say it in public. You have said it in private, okay? What the fuck? That's fucked up.
That he viewed the event as a failure, given that people were uncomfortable, and apologized for being too locked in on the event to notice many of Mang0's interactions with other people when they occurred, outside of pulling him away from Emily.
Dude, you encouraged them. Dude, you encouraged them. I understand you banned him, but you encouraged him. Yeah, you're not the one that did the SA stuff to other people and made other people uncomfortable, but you encouraged
the
someone
SA stuff. Okay, I wouldn't go that far.
To drink even more.
I would just go as far as to say sexual harassment, okay, but not SA. What did he just say? SA? What?
I am planning a trip to go to the wonderful land of Japan. Yep, I'm gonna get some Pokemon cards over there. Pokemon hunted, but enough of that nerd stuff. I need to have a VPN. Yeah, because there's some people that really want to have access to your information while you're traveling, and you do not want that. You want to have a protection that's going to allow you to be able to surf the web and all those unsecured Wi-Fi connections. So you need to have this wonderful Surfshark. Surfshark is going to be able to take your information, encrypt them, and then send them on the web so that you're going to be safe. And not only that, while you're going to be over there, there is a good chance that you're going to be not going to be able to access.
For a public figure that was at a party on stream and there were lots of public callouts, I don't know, should it be private? Fine. I think that's fair enough.
Your programs that you wanted to watch. I want to watch my programs from my country. And I can. You know that wonderful message that you get?
Oh, the content that you're trying to get is never available.
This is bull doo-doo. Because you should be able to watch whatever you want, wherever you want. And sometimes you want to have access to other content, but it's not available in your country. You're able to change.
No pushback? Nah, I think that was a reasonable point.
Change your location of your computer, and then boom, voila, you can have access to all the content. Haha. Such as the wonderful episodes of all that nerd stuff that you want to watch. You can watch it and have access to it wherever you are in the world. Go to surfshark.com/ABBA and preach, and you're gonna be able to have 4 months extra, or use promo code ABBA and preach, and you're gonna be able to have 4 months extra. You use the ABBA and preach at the checkout, and then boom, 4 months extra on top of your subscription. What do you want more? 4 months for free. That's cool. Get it now. Have some fun and enjoy the good things in life.
On Monday, Mang0 returned.
Look, I'm just gonna say this, okay? When I advertise mine, it's not like I'm bringing up, you know, oh, here's all these illegal shit you can do. Although, to be fair, I don't really care when someone says that, okay? I don't think it's technically, it's not illegal, okay? It's not technically illegal, right? Oh yeah, what's happening with Aura? You still sponsored? Haven't heard it in a while? No. I literally repeated this spiel yesterday. I'm probably going to repeat it after this.
Turned to Twitter and said he was going to stop drinking immediately and apologize for his actions. Later that day, esports organization Cloud9 dropped him from their roster, calling his behavior unacceptable. Mang0 has been a part of Cloud9 for 11 years. Mang0 responded by stating he had no one to blame but himself and speculated he...
Oh, come on, dude. Dude, these people are just allergic to controversy, dude. Like, these people are actually just, like, super allergic to... Bro! Oh my god. Learn how to protect your own for once. Dude, these people drop people on a dime. What the fuck? Okay, I get he messed up. I guess he was sexually harassing. Okay? But fuck, why isn't Ludwig getting any heat for this? Like, from other people? What the fuck? Or anybody else. Dude, they were cheering him on when he was inebriated. What the Okay,
He
That's
may
fucked
soon
up,
be
dude.
banned from Smash tournaments as well. And on Tuesday, Supernova, one of the largest and most prestigious tournaments on the Smash calendar, banned Mang0 from this year's event, stating that the safety of their attendees comes first. He said,
That is fucked up. That is fucked up. Yeah, that is fucked up. Yeah, I will say that is fucked up. What the fuck? What does him over drinking disqualify him from the event? What kind of disconduct is that when it was being cheered on by everybody around him? Like, I feel like he's been fucked over. I don't know, maybe there's a morality and public conduct clause in his contract, devil's advocate? Nah. Fuck the contract. The contract is just a way to say, hey, we can ban you for fucking anything. Like, I'm kidding.
he supports the ban and accepts that he may never be allowed back
forever,
in the scene. He also stated that he is looking into rehab. Mang0's drinking
Oh
has been known
my
for a long time within the Smash community.
You know what? I support
It's been
rehab.
often drinking
Okay.
heavily, and tournament attendees have stories
I support rehab,
of
but
seeing
yeah.
Mang0 drinking or already drunk during
What?
tournaments.
You know what this comes off as? It comes off as concern trolling, gaslighting, okay? Gaslighting, concern trolling, girl boss, okay? Hey, we only just want you to get better now that we've released all this, like, we received all this public backlash, okay? If we didn't receive all this public backlash, we wouldn't have tried to help you out, okay? The only reason why we're helping you out is because it makes us look good, okay? So just to be clear, I don't actually care about your health. I don't care about anything about you. So that's why we're going to exclude you from every single public-facing event. But we are only going to help you based on the technicality, okay? And also based on, you know, what our fans think of us, okay? Understand, it's just business, okay? It's just business, son. All right? That's some super villain shit right there.
So this guy was part of this gaming community for a long time. One person wrote, when Mang0 was on the rise as a young and up-and-coming player, many of the older players were horrible influences on him. I wouldn't doubt he was doing heavy underage drinking and hanging out with the older players, and once he hit the drinking age, it just escalated. Cloud9
He is
the
a
right
victim.
thing isn't the
He
disappointing
is a
part. It's
victim.
Mang0's years
He
long
is
denial
a
of the
victim.
severity of his alcoholism that's disappointing, as well as how hard his community
He is a
repeatedly
victim.
enabled
Victim,
and
victim,
cheered on his
victim.
behavior. The fact that he had to lose so much is disappointing, but necessary for change. I don't know if Ludwig has addressed this properly or if he's
Bro, they had a breathalyzer, got him to the point of like alcohol, probably like alcohol poisoning, and they were cheering him on as he was like dying or some shit, okay, at the moment, okay, miraculously. What, dude, what?
apologized for his part.
Free my boy
in regards to
Mang0.
how he enabled a lot of this behavior, but I'll reserve that comment for later.
He's
was
a big
banned from
poo-poo
Twitch,
stinky
so basically
doo-doo.
His livelihood is dead. He lost everything.
What? He got banned from Twitch for this? Okay, that's crazy.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to feel different things. Some folks are going to say, like, well, listen, if you have a real job and you do this at work, you're going to get fired. Mm-hmm. Touche. And I agree. Problem is that this man clearly had a problem. It's not like this wasn't known to people. Sounds like Ludwig was pretty...
You know what this is going to do? If he loses his entire livelihood, guess what he's going to do? He's going to start drinking some more, okay? He's going to start coping with some more alcohol, all right? You want to help him? What the fuck? Does this look like helping to you? Or does this look like casting someone under the bus to save yourself? Okay?
well aware. And aside from just egging them on, they also, like, there's something to be said about streaming, and at least the way a lot of people streaming in terms of trying to be entertainment on camera all the time. You're constantly trying to up the ante, right? You have an audience that's giving you live feedback and they're saying do more, and then you're having that feedback.
This is why I always adhere to my philosophy, which is do less, okay? I do the minimum for my viewers forever.
You have someone who's heavily inebriated, who has a problem with alcoholism in probably one of the worst environments where they're just going to be encouraged to do much worse to themselves. And it just feels like this loop where it's like, you drink, the people tell you drink more, you feel good, so you drink more. They tell you, we want to see how far you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the reality is he just didn't have any good friends around him. This is what I said to you guys before. It's like, I think a real friend tells you to stop before you even get started. A real friend should tell you, slow down, you're going too fast. And if they see you still, they try to take your keys away from you. They don't show up just to your funeral.
A real friend would tell Winter that he is gonna get his ass beat if he makes any more genocide and Holocaust jokes. That's what a real friend does. Okay, I'm not his real friend.
You know what I'm saying? And what
I
I
am
see
honest.
in a lot of these situations is people know someone has a problem, but like, oh, I'm not gonna abandon my friend, but you're not gonna sway them. No, you're gonna create an event where their problem is gonna be exponentially worse. I don't know.
And then after that, ban them from your community because it was worse, even though you enabled them. That's a bit crazy. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It is, and I'm not trying to absolve him of his responsibility, but this is a person who's sick, who, from all the allegations, was drinking underage, which
He has a sickness of the highest order. He has a sickness. But the sickness is not alcohol, you see. The sickness is his friends. His friends is the sickness of the highest order. Okay? There is a sickness. There is a sickness of the highest order. Of the highest order. The sickness is Hassan and his orbiters.
probably fucked his development completely, and then went into an environment where people encourage you to do extreme behaviors. So, to be honest with you, he didn't have much luck, but it's still his responsibility. However, as the people around him, what responsibility do they bear? I asked the question. They're profiting from the fact that this guy is self-destructive. They're broadcasting it. They're telling him to do more. They're ignoring all the signs. It's like, I'm not saying they should go to prison, but I'm saying it reflects poorly. That's what I personally think. So, you know, it's sad all around. This man is sick. He needs rehab, and I hope he gets it. I hope he gets better. You know, and everyone's basically canceled him to high heaven for what he did. I'm not going to say it's the right or the wrong thing. What do you think?
I think it's weird. It's freaking weird.
What's weird?
That what we saw, the him drive humping, on what platform was that?
I think it's Twitch.
That's crazy.
Well, they banned him.
I understand that, but he did organize that. There's something very weird and very like hypocritical about you organizing an event, enabling someone, pushing him to drink more, cheering him on, and then turning back around and be like, "Oh, we banned him because his behavior was."
I think the implication is that it's permanent, which is crazy. Hopefully, it's not permanent. I'm not entirely sure. I'll look it up.
Fucked up.
True.
Your behavior was fucked up.
True.
You pushed him and you benefited from his behavior being fucked up. And now that it no longer serves you, you throw him in the trash.
The real Foodshops, babe. The real Foodshops. The real Foodshops voice is whatever voice I am using in late night voice chats. Okay, on the server. Okay.
That's a bit crazy. Yeah, his behavior was crazy, and you're not the boss of him, and you're not governing his body or anything.
Yeah,
like
they
that,
were cheering him on.
But you did push him to drink even more.
They were taking advantage of him.
Problematic before you were.
He wasn't consenting.
You pushed him, became even more problematic. You pushed him some more, and then when it's not, oh yeah, we're gonna dissociate. I don't know, dude. You got some responsibility in there too.
I just think it's crazy that you can profit from this guy's alcoholism, and then when he does something an alcoholic would do,
you throwing him in the trash.
More than that, you're not responsible.
No,
like you made money from that. You encouraged him.
Yeah.
Admin preacher spitting. Okay, they are spitting. They are spitting of the highest order. Yo, you fucking tasting that saliva? That is the saliva of the base department. Okay, they are spitting. Poo, spitting. Poo, poo, poo. Okay, that's some spit. Okay. I mean, you think Twitch streamers would be acutely aware of what will be okay and not okay? Yeah, they know. They probably know. Okay, to some degree. That's why we have friends who are alcoholics and we keep them in line, put them in an Uber, and get them out. Yeah. Wow! Wow! Okay.
Yeah, but you're not accountable.
That's why it's kind of weird.
Like if I bring a mental health person, right, like who's got severe BPD or whatever it is, then I feed into their schizophrenia, and I tell them, and then they go and attack somebody.
And I
Am
trigger
I not
them
in any way?
Yeah. No. By law, you would be subjected to some repercussions. If you feed into someone and then you're just antagonizing the person, yes, eventually you could face some charges. Why doesn't that apply? I don't know. It's kind of weird, man.
All right. I want to hear from Ludwig because this is the guy who organized. I want to hear from him.
I saw this tweet today. Are you not talking about the Mang0 thing? Before having to address what happened at your event is pointless to the fact that it happened live while you and your crew and other friends either sat there and watched it happen and egged it on. You actively let him pass multiple win on your show, which is just like kind of disheartening to see a tweet like this get 9K likes. It's kind of sad because like there's literally a clip.
And that tweet is right. And that tweet is fucking right, mate.
Just a drink.
That tweet is sure is spitting.
Not stirred.
Do you taste the spit from the base department is crazy.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. See, you're egging me on. You're egging me on to act more unhinged because I'll receive more donos. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. He egged it on. True. Thank you. You guys should donate more, okay? Just to egg me on. Okay? Thank you.
Of me seeing it happen
very kind.
in probably the most minor form that there is a clip, like Mang0 touching somebody's hair, and I did stop it. Like what happened is right after the broadcast, you know, Maya came up to me and talked to me, and then the next day I banned him like that when I found out. Like I don't know, I just feel like it's a bit sad how the peanut gallery works, because it's always without any nuance, and like, yeah, I would simply stop.
Yikes, dude. Okay, this Ludwig response was not it. GG, dude. GG. The Ludwig, the age of the anti-Ludwig has started. Ah, yes, it tastes so good. Yes. Yes! I've always wanted to bash Ludwig forever, okay? I'm ready. Send me in, boys.
When I see it, and it's like, yeah.
Holy
me
shit,
too.
2 rolls!
Okay.
Two Big Boo's rolls! You know what? The age of Ludwig has started. Indeed.
Listen, I'm not saying that's on you, but
you egg them on.
But the drinking, do you not think? Let me keep watching.
But ultimately, we can't rewind the clock, and I feel like I try to make the best actions moving forward based off of what happened. And to be honest, like, I don't remember a lot of the night because I was drunk, so I was like, proud's not the right word, but I was happy to see that, like,
you can't will the clock back. And, you know, you can't really do anything about that because you're drunk. Imagine if Mang0 was having the same retort as you. He was drunk. You can't go back and fix whatever the hell he did.
It's your event.
It's your event. You egged him on. You
destroy him! Yes, indeed. This fiendish motherfucker named Ludwig must be obliterated. Yes, he is indeed a devious creature of the highest order. Indeed, he must be stripped from his worldly possessions and taken to the dungeon. Whoa! Okay, all right.
You pushed him to drink even more. You were tallying like, oh yeah, 2.5, 3.2. You did that. And everybody made everybody cheer when and the girl mentioned that to you, that he was being awful before that, and you kept on. It was just like when the hair touching event happened that you were like, okay, stop touching her hair. Dude, no. Just no. You have to have a little bit of accountability to be like, you know what? I could have done things better. That's not an acknowledgement of anything that you did or possibly could do.
And it'll have hella viewers, more than anyone gets likes on Twitter, because we have people who want to show up and who want to watch it. So I've never been too bothered by what people say. Like, I feel like you kind of have to have an ironclad wall.
You egged him on, you motherfucker! You snaky, little heinous little criminal, you! You little weasel scrunkly boy! You are the ones that egged him on! Oh, I wish I could get Misaki from Zenless. Not Misaki. Miyabi. Why did I say Misaki?
Okay, I've been playing way too much Elden Ring, okay? Miyabi! Okay, Miyabi. Okay, dude. Alright, whatever. Ignore that.
You know? I agree. And
that's too much. That's too much Night Ring.
Who
okay.
you shouldn't give much energy to, because a lot of them are bad faith about it. But
what's a peanut gallery?
Peanut galleries are people who watch from the stands and kind of have a lot to say, but
that never happened. That never happened.
Yeah, it's basically the audience. But this guy lost everything. You understand? He lost his whole livelihood, and like, yes, but it's also partially on you. I'm sorry if you know somebody has a problem and you just let that shit slide.
You let that shit slide? What a poor choice of word. He didn't let that shit slide. He pushed him into his problem. Actively cheered him on to proceed in. It's not like, oh, he's drunk, whatever. No, it's drink some more.
So like
I'm not letting you slide. I'm pushing the whole slate.
So like I was saying, nuisance streamers.
I was thinking exactly. Yeah.
I appreciate you for
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, 100%. You did good.
That's between me and him. Anyway, I'm not here to be like, Ludwig, you should pay, whatever. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, like, they have the correct take, okay? All right, you can't just say, I mean, this guy was born into a life of fame. Obviously, he's famous, so he's gonna be okay, all right? But like, even famous people has a lot of trouble going through rehab, right, for the drugs and alcohol that they consume, because they've always just grown up around people who have always egged them on, and they're not looking out for their best interest, okay? This is why you see a lot of famous people, even though they have fans who truly do care about them and are genuinely aware of what they're going through, but the immediate people in the vicinity who are like cloud sharks, it becomes really hard to discern who is actually acting in your best interest. Chances are 99% of the people who are around you don't actually care about you. But at some point you became so egotistical that you probably have driven everyone around you who actually cared about you away, right? Like your family. So the thing is, at the end of the day, fame is a slippery slope to alcoholism, drugs, and death, okay? Just listen, just ask Bruce Lee, okay? Yeah. I care about none of you, true beast.
Alcoholism is a thing that a lot of people deal with, and also at the same time we don't really treat like a real problem, because some people who are alcoholics also appear to be fun. That was your perception of him. You thought he was fun. That's how you described him. Man, he's so cool, whatever.
In his lifetime, he drank like 10,000 Bombardiers.
Yeah, it's like, that's a problem, my guy. And we need to just change the way we talk about people and when they drink. And also how we behave in relation to that.
100%.
It's not just when they're about to get in the vehicle that you need to start to care. Maybe you've never drank with them. Maybe you didn't even know. And which, if you didn't know, because apparently most people who knew this guy, and you say you're really part of the community, knew he was a drunkard, it reflects poorly. I don't watch enough Twitch to give a fuck about none of these people, okay? Whether you lose your job, become president, or whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm seeing somebody who has an obvious problem be let loose, given whatever he needs, encouraged to do it, and then lose everything, and everyone's just like, he's so inappropriate, he's bad. It's like, do we not recognize that we have somebody who has an illness? Is that not part of this at all? True. It's just lose everything, your fault, that's it.
I'm not even defending him. We're not. I don't feel like we're defending him, saying like, poor guy. That no, okay. But let's just watch the bigger picture. A lot of steps that happened that we could have been avoided before we got to that, and nobody didn't do shit.
I'm gonna defend him. These platforms, they profit from the fact that people are out there being entertainment, and the way that these feedback loops happen. It's just like you're encouraged to do destructive stuff. You're encouraged to push things to the extreme. You're encouraged to do all that. I'm sorry. You got a group of friends. Somebody got a problem with drugs, and you bring them to a party full of drugs, and then they let loose, and they don't know how to, and they got a problem with it. I'm sorry. I'm going to defend the person. These people got issues. You bring them around that influence. I'm not saying they got no culpability. I'm just saying I'm going to defend him in that regards. He's lost everything. There's zero chance for him now. He's got to go after rehab, but he's going to come back, and it's just like, imagine this man.
And he's probably going to have no friends, right? He's literally going to have no friends.
Drinks all the time, right? They took everything from him. He feels the worst he's ever felt. So the hope now is, what? He's going to go to rehab, right? Or.
Nah.
I just hope he has people around him, people who are real friends, people who are.
That is what I'm saying, brother. He be the spitting. He be the spitting. Okay. Nar. Okay, dude, listen. Okay, stop. Okay, what am I doing? He is spitting. Okay, he is spitting. Yeah, because this is what I've been talking about earlier. Okay, once he had everybody else cut off from him, and he's like alone, and he has lost his fucking livelihood. It's much easier for him to spiral. Yeah, of course. Yes. We're trying to get him to rehab. We're trying to encourage him to get. No, motherfucker, you want him to die. You want him to die. Be calm. Be calm. I'm very calm. Okay.
Actually going to care, not just turn him into content, and are going to make sure that this dude gets the help that he needs. Because if you don't, that bottle is going to be the only thing y'all made sure he had left.
Y'all people call people your friends, they're not your friends. And you need to make a distinction about that. Colleagues, people you chill with, acquaintances, not everybody is your friend. If nobody said nothing at that point and didn't help you, then
none of the people in that party is your friend.
Okay, this is not a Broadway play.
Didn't raise a flag until bullshit happened. I'm sorry to say, they were not your friends.
But hey, listen.
Oh, ding 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 ding. We got a winner, ding ding ding.
Mang0, I hope you get better. I'm glad you apologized because what you did was wrong. but I do hope you get better, and there is a way back from that. So if you ever end up watching this, man, listen. Anybody watching, some of you watching right now, you're struggling with alcohol, please get the help that you need, okay? Because there is a life on the other end of that. Alcoholism is no joke. Drug addiction is no joke. And so, you know, if you guys see a creator and they're clearly abusing, report that shit. I commend anybody who tries to make an effort to get these people away from this shit that will just keep them in that cycle. So,
As for Ludwig, mods, take his balls. Mods, take Ludwig's balls. All right, mods, take away Ludwig's balls. All right.
That's pretty much all I want to say. Anything else?
I'm old as because every time you say Mang0, I think about Saturday Night Live. You know what that is? No. Yeah. No. Original Mang0. You know, those who don't know.
There you go. Give them the reference. That's it for today, guys.
So go click on the link below right now and
mods, stretch Ludwig's testicle skin until it becomes wrinkly to the point where it looks like an old man's wrinkled forehead.
get your 4 months extra. Click on the Surfshark link or go to surfshark.com/AbbaandPreach. Thanks, sir.
Mods, splay his primordial spine across the profane stars.
Surfshark.
Okay.